Alright, and I got my microphone set up. Can everybody hear me okay? If I need to speak up or move in closer, let me know. You can hear me now? Okay. Hopefully my volume's okay, Grant. I'm gonna get to the actual playing of the game in just one moment here. I was trying to get a file sent. Okay, so if you've been following the series, in the last episode, I finished the Johto quest, and now here's the beginning of the Kanto quest. We get a ticket to the SS Aqua, and we're gonna sail at the speed of game logic to a whole nother region. For whatever reason, Gold can't Kanto by just walking to it. He has to surf over to the side. Alright, barely can hear me. Grant wants to know how I'm standing on a staircase sideways. Gold finds a way. Grant says, I think Kanto may be the best New Game Plus. Or is it the second act? You know, I think in this game, it feels like a New Game Plus. And in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they did a better job making it a second act. Because the problem with this section of the game, as neat as it is to explore Kanto from another perspective, it's just too darn easy. I think the only tough fights are against Blue and Red. Maybe Misty's a little challenging. Actually, I don't want to talk out of turn yet, because the first boss is Surge. And I am very susceptible to electricity with my current team, but they're my best guys. Well, this was definitely a New Game Plus. It was really cool at the time. It's still a very neat idea. I do think this was massively improved in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Okay, so the older gentleman lost his granddaughter or something. We have to find her, and in return we'll get a metal coat. It also moves the plot along. The metal coat, of course, which allows you to get Onyx into Steelix, and Scyther into Caesar. Although unfortunately I will not be doing that for this run, because I don't have any way to do a cable trade on camera. And having any metallic Pokemon was not part of my strategy for this run. So it's just gonna pile up in my backpack, as a lot of items in these games tend to do. Grant wants to know how the hiker hikes on a pleasure cruise and the rock wall doesn't count. I have no rebuttal. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We've not been doing this in about a week. I had some other personal issues I need to work out, but I'm all good right now. So hopefully I'm able to resume doing these on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those times are working out for me. Hey guy, could I get you to look for my buddy? He was goofing off somewhere, that lazy bum. I want to find him, but I'm on duty right now, and he doesn't let you pass, as you can see here. He's pretty adamant. Are the colors and borders alright with everybody? I kind of like the fact that the border is a mountainside, and yet we're on a cruise. Grant wants to know if I saw the new AVGN. Yes, yes, if you see on YouTube, it's on my favorites. I loved it. That was 40 minutes long. It felt like 15. I think it's the best video James. I'm a big fan of Earthbound, so I greatly appreciated it, and I'm happy that James could find a new classic, a new favorite. I thought everything he had to say was spot on, and the thing is, it's a video, but it's also a review. But he also manages to find ways to fit humor in there. The criticisms were pretty legitimate, but he still enjoyed the game. So it's a very fair review. It's not just fanboying about it. Yeah, overall, I would highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it. I missed the comment. Bradley said, "It's a whole new world we live in." If only I could do the do part and speed that up on a tape recorder. But I need to monitor the stream and play the game. Send out Flareon. Just gonna put that fire out. Grant says that Earthbound is the Trout Mask replica of video games. And that means hipsters ruined it. Only if you let them. I'm not the biggest fan of the fan base, but I don't need their approval to like the game. That's the way I see it. I don't need anybody's approval to like something. Bradley says it's hard to let fans ruin things for me. That's the attitude that I think people should have. Just make your own judgments. But you better make sure your opinion's informed, or Harlan Ellison's gonna be really mad. Grant says the job's a lot better. I'm assuming you're talking about your Tesla gig? I might be misremembering that. If I am, I apologize. I'm gonna set Santa Claus on fire here. Maybe it's a little overkill to use the most powerful fire attack in the game, but I think it looks neat. And Collins defeated. You think I'm a baby? That's not fair. I wonder what the other one had to say. Meg and Peg. Square peg meets round hole. Riley says that the concept of Ho-Oh attacking... The concept of Delibird attacking Ho-Oh with a present is chuckle-worthy. A Santa Claus bird versus big Rainbow Phoenix. My money's on the Rainbow Phoenix. Riley says that those girls are a staple of the Fox animation lineup. That's pretty funny. Maggie Hill and Peggy Griffin. Alright, now, where's that bum? Grant says that he's surprised Nintendo didn't censor the Crescent Moon like they did with Ocarina of Time. Don't give anybody ideas. I wonder if we'll get a Gravity Falls situation where they'll turn a Crescent Moon Fez into a fish over time. Alright, so I believe this is the gentleman we need to battle. Ryan's here. Hey, Ryan. Grant says that Fanfi has always looked like it's made of Play-Doh. Fanfi is based on some kind of elephant. I'm not an elephant expert, so I can't tell you what type. But Fanfi, to me, always looks like it's having a little bit too much fun with its nose. Trunk, rather. Just swinging it all over the place. Hello, good to see you, Ryan. Right now I'm on the SS Aqua cruise. Part of the quest. Alright, says, damn it, and damn it, AT, I came to this channel for the elephant expertise, so. You'll have to find one somewhere else. I was thinking of doing Pinball of the Dead today, but I think I'll push that back to next week. It's gonna be a bit of a pain in the hiney to get my GameCube set up here to record. So we'll just stick with Super Game Boy for tonight. Next Tuesday I'll do Pinball of the Dead. Ryan says that he is so ignorant he didn't know there are different types of elephants. As a child or recently. Grant says, guess I'm gonna have to order some zoo books to fill my animal knowledge. You know, if you really want to fill up your knowledge, get Zoo Pals. Fill up your knowledge and your plate. And they played those commercials on TV forever. Okay, now I think this guy will let me pass. Thanks, guy. I chewed him out, so he'll quit slacking off. I wonder if the dialogue's any different in Crystal. And once again, with the creepy guy, we got the spooky music. Oh, it's a juggler. I was assuming it was going to be a Pokemaniac. Yeah, we can just see here just the issue that the enemy's levels are just too low. This will be a pretty consistent issue all throughout the Kanto quest. In fact, it's most likely that during the Kanto quest, I'll only do important battles and try to only do the minimal. Keep the trainer battles to a minimum. The ones that are not important. And Magmar. Well guys, Sam comes back next Saturday night, and I will try my darnest to make sure that we get to do something the Tuesday after that. I'm just not sure what his work schedule will be. Grant says Mr. Mime's suction cup fingers look like lamprey mouths. I believe they're just supposed to be gloves. Like, well, I hate to say it, but essentially minstrel show gloves. My computer is freezing up. Wonderful. Hopefully I'm still broadcasting to planet Earth. Ugh. have eradicated Eradicate. Yeah, this is not good. Braley says, no, there's supposed to be Lamprey Mouse. Check the official guide that I also wrote just now. That sounds like a retroactive change. Hopefully the quality isn't being affected. My computer totally froze up for a moment there. Ryan says, so disturbing. Can't we all agree the mime just needs to be fainted? Yeah, a lot of people don't like mimes, it seems. So Ryan, you don't like Hypno, Drowsy, and Mr. Mime, huh? I guess the psychic Pokemon just creep you out. Now the little girl's been harassing the captain. And that's the end of this puzzle. And I say that in quotation marks. He's playing with the captain and this guy. Entertain my granddaughter. So he dates me with a metal coat that I'm not gonna use. Grant said, Animaniacs brainwashed and indoctrinated American youths into hating harmless street performers. I know, right? They're so mean-spirited against that mime. That guy constantly gets shit on. It's really cruel. We have arrived in Vermilion City. Metal coat equals Iron Man, so that will be useful. Bradley corrects us, saying that Garfield and friends showed mime hatred first. I believe it. That show could be very mean at times. Top 10 running gags of mime hatred in 90s cartoons. Does that episode of Dexter's Lab count? It seems pretty borderline. Grant notes that Caesar is Scyther in an Iron Man suit, and the colors are even right. I didn't think about that till now. We will be coming back to this cave later. Gotta love the oversized Snorlax sprite. In Pokemon Generation 1, Snorlax, it looked just about the size of Red. But I think Snorlax is only supposed to be like 6 feet tall. So here it's over-exaggerated. Snorlax is 4 times the size of Gold's body. A little silly. Alright, I got some weakness to the electric types, but I will just soldier on anyway. I think I have enough materials to stand up to Surge. Oh, I didn't realize I did that. Lieutenant Surge recognized my potential with electric Pokemon. Think you can beat me? Yes. Ryan says I was gonna say something about Tom and Jerry, but yeah. Well, we're talking about 90s cartoons, so it would have to be Tom and Jerry's Tom and Jerry Kids. That really bad trend in the 80s. I guess it spilled over a little bit to the 90s, where we had Flintstones Kids, pup named Scooby-Doo. Just a terrible trend. Why did I do that? That's not very effective. I don't remember anything about Tom and Jerry Kids aside from the fact that it had a really catchy theme song. Grant says that the guitarist sprite is bitchin'. Hopefully it's good bitchin' and not bad bitchin'. Bradley says Baby Looney Tunes in the 2000s. Tom and Jerry kids. Come and see where the action is. I really don't remember anything about that show. Muppet Babies. Oh, man. Muppet Babies... Muppet Babies had a good theme song. I don't think the show is good. Me and Robinson, who does a lot of art and editing and graphics for the channel, she convinced me that that show is very bad. Told me to look up a few episodes, and it's pretty lousy. Really good theme song, though. It sounds like a 50s pop song. That might have been overkill, but whatever. It's just satisfying to see Sacred Fire, you know? Vincent is about to use Voltorb. Let's blast him with fire. Oh. Grant says, I still find the let's turn an X-rated property into a kid's show phase. I'm assuming that's an incomplete thought. Because that sounds like an incomplete thought. Well, I hate to try to be clairvoyant here. I'm assuming you're gonna say that you think it's a little bit silly. I still find that let's turn an X-rated property into a kid's show phase hilarious. Well, off the top of my head, there was a Rainbow cartoon, and there was a RoboCop cartoon, which were not X-rated, they were R-rated. Actually, there were two RoboCop cartoons. And a Toxic Crusader, yeah, that's one. The one from the 90s, I think it's called Alpha Commando. That's how I first heard of RoboCop. So it is pretty screwed up. Grant says RoboCop was initially X-rated. The spelling show American History XYZ. Yeah, let's learn the ABCs with white supremacists, right? Jesus. Oh, man. American History XYZ. Although in Canada and Britain it had to be retitled American History XYZ. Due to foreign concerns. Gotta love how smug Electrode looks. I don't know if I enunciated that correctly. Electrode. Sound like I said Electro, like the guy from Spider-Man. Excuse me. Grant says Electrode is rocking that 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, that's a bad hit. I think that's supposed to be a reflection, not a beard. And Grant says that he thinks Electrode looks like he's flirting at the bar. All jokes on you, Grant. Electrode doesn't have a gender. Looks a little sticky. Hopefully I still have a full restore from earlier. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I guess we didn't mention the Kanto Battle remix song. I've always liked this remix. Something about the way the instrumentation is pitched, it really does feel like an odd trip down memory lane. So does a lot of the Kanto music. It feels a little bit dreamy. It's hard to explain. Horton here ruined that gag. Horton hears a who sent out Electrode. Not again. Grant says there's a dreamy sound that lingers in the music. Do you mean in this song, or in the Kanto portion, or in Gold and Silver in general? In my estimation, I think it applies mostly to the Kanto portion of the game. Like, the battle theme from Red and Blue in Generation 1, it sounds kind of dramatic and urgent, but this one feels a little bit loose. Like, it's some kind of sleepwalk through memory lane. And that's how I feel about the root music and even the Kanto encounter theme. Grant says in this song specifically. Okay. Alright, let's heal up a little bit. Really need to sell that nugget. Yeah, it's messing with the palette a little bit. And there's Surge, and there's nothing in his overworld spray to indicate his new sunglasses. Hey, little boy. Creeping a little bit. I have to hand it to you. It may not be very smart to challenge me, but it takes guts. When it comes to electric Pokemon, I'm number one. I've never lost on the battlefield. Now I'm giving him an accent. I'll zap you just like I did my enemies in a war. Yeah, now the gym leader battle theme sounds much more urgent. Grant says he's gonna have to hit the hay, but great talking with you. Okay, maybe I'll try and see if I can do it a little bit earlier on Tuesday. I already got paralyzed. Okay. Grant says, also, since I need to make this joke. Uh-oh. You was shook? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. If Jing is here, I'm not sure if he is. I know that sometimes he likes to snipe in these conversations. He would appreciate that, possibly. Grant says Raichu. I thought you left. Grant says Raichu looks like a marshmallow peep that was left in the microwave. Raichu looks a little bit plump in this game. Alright, Surge is about to use. Who's he about to use? Electrode. I'll just stick with Ampharos. Double team. Oh. Hate double team. Gotta get rid of that Electrode. Could be triple. Okay, I was criticizing the difficulty. This fight has potential to be a little bit tough. Oh, wow, okay. That escalated. Grant says, I'll leave after the Sergeant Soylent. You know, if I were in his shoes, I would have used Explosion as a last resort, not as an opening strike. Alright. Light it up. When I say that, I'm trying to reference a line from The Dark Knight Rises, but I haven't been able to get my voice to do the raspy Christian Bale Batman. Light it up. I can't do it. At the moment, man. I can't do it. I'm very happy that missed. That could have been ugly. I think Thunder can work when you use Fly. Alright, Lightning didn't strike twice in that instance. Wow. That's why I don't like Thunder. I've always liked Thunderbolt better. Better accuracy. Yeah, let's see him try to weasel his way out of that. Hyper Potion. Oh! Grant says that that's one of the voices he can occasionally do well, Vincent Price, but only rarely. Some people have told me that I do a pretty good impression of... see, that's how Fly can get you. I'm not sure if that happens in other games. I remember that shocking me when I was younger. I did not expect that to happen. Ever. Oh, that blows. Oh. Yeah, that's it for Ho. Some people have told me that I can do a pretty decent impression of Two-Face, the Batman the Animated Series version. But I really can't at the moment. I definitely have to build up to it. Grant says, what's a Surge's favorite punk rock band? I think this is a lead up to a punchline. So he's about to use Electrode. Is he gonna blow up on me again? Actually, here's the final curtain. Miss. Oh. Yeah, you just keep double teaming. Seems a bit cruel to Lapras, but victory is necessary. Yeah, Grant, what's the answer to the... What's the punchline? What's a Surge's favorite rock band? And then the Thunder Badge increases speed in a very minimal fashion. Like, I don't know the exact calculation. Excuse me. I don't know the exact calculations, but I think it's by a few decimal points, if I'm not mistaken. It's a permanent speed boost that carries on through the rest of the game. And this is also the case in Red and Blue as well. Now I think from here the next stop is Sabrina. If I'm not mistaken. Alright, yeah, Grant, you never answered the punchline. Surge kind of looks like Albert Wesker. We changed topics here. Okay, here we go. His favorite punk rock band is Buzzcocks. That is extremely inappropriate, man. Riley says Surge Surge kind of looks like Albert Wesker is my favorite punk band, but I think as more of a 2000s punk band. Never heard of them. Around this route here, it's kind of quiet. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Murkrow is. You can find Murkrow here. I don't know. Why does it matter? Against Sabrina's gym, Umbreon has the advantage. I think... Alright, later. See you, Grant. I'll try and save some Kanto for you next time. The road is closed until the problem with the power plant is solved. So we can use that underground pass, but eventually it won't matter. Grant says, why is that Bellsprout tiptoeing at this time of night? It's a sneaky little flower. That's for sure. So yeah, in the other game, there were trainers on this route, and there just isn't that much here. Really isn't. Saffron City, home of the magnet train. That's what I normally say, but the train isn't running right now. Not getting any electricity because there's something wrong with the power plant. An issue we'll have to resolve later. And now, one of my favorite things to do, I forgot to do this earlier, is to fly to a town I've never been to before. Love it. Did I save any time doing that? I really don't know if anybody can measure the frames for that. I think I just healed twice. That was a bit odd. I was saying silly and odd at the same time. Silly. Let's talk to Mr. Psychic. I think he's right here. Not this guy, though. It came from Johto. You can zip back home with the maggot trains running. Well, it ain't. Not at the moment. Dot, dot, dot. Ellipses, pause. I got it. You wanted this. How'd you know? It's almost like you're psychic or something. You lower the target special. I'm not sure who I should teach psychic to, because I'm not sure yet. Bradley has a few paragraphs for me here. Let's see what it says. For the obligatory steamed hams comment of the stream. Today, when asked if I know what I was bringing for the potluck, I replied, what if I purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? People at work laugh because of the concept of me doing that, but I don't think anybody knew the direct reference, once again showing the versatility of the scene. I can't disagree with any of that. What makes that scene, excuse me, getting a few squeaks tonight. What makes that scene funny is the leap in logic. It's bad enough that the roast is ruined, but then you immediately jump to the solution is, but what if I were to purchase fast food? All because the fast food joint is conveniently right outside his window. I could make that joke. I live within walking distance to a Wendy's. I could be there in 5 minutes. Although I couldn't skedaddle to it as easily as Skinner could. He just took a few steps, the xylophone plays, and then he's there. I'm not that fortunate. Now we're in the Sabrina's gym. Oh. So Bradley, ultimately, what did you wind up bringing for the potluck? I don't know what a potluck is. It's like, you bring crap into work, right? My work is very close to a Burger King. I mean, do people enjoy it? I don't really like Burger King. Doris is about to use Slowbro. Umbreon's about to bite Slowbro. But it was disabled. Well, I got this. Yeah, I really can't say I've ever liked Burger King. I try not to eat like that anymore. I'm trying to really watch what I eat, but I've never liked Burger King. I've had a few too many gross incidents at them, and I just don't think the food tastes very good. I liked their fries at one point, but at the moment I would say of the fast food places I like Wendy's fries the best. And I'm not at the middle just yet, am I? I don't think I'm doing this right. Well, looks like I unintentionally did. Okay. I don't remember the solution beyond the fact that I knew it was something dumb. It's just kind of a problem with these games sometimes. Sometimes the puzzles are really brain dead. And I don't think they got much better over time. The ones in... I think the ones in Sinnoh were pretty lousy, honestly. But this isn't very good either. Bradley says that the potluck is in 2 weeks, so it was announced today, leading to the conversation. Well, hopefully you have some time to formulate your roast. Bradley says, I don't care about Burger King, but it opens up the opportunity if my roast is ruined. Now you see it has a lot of layers, because roast could also be in reference to insulting somebody, you roasting them. So the insults are ruined. Now it's time for night versus day. Seeing as how it's night at the moment, I think I have the advantage here. I also have type advantage too. That's important. All kinds of type advantage. Yeah, that did some damage. Bradley says they are grilling burgers, so it will be redundant, though. I can't tell if you're pulling my leg yet or not. Trying to learn Feint Attack. That's why I wanted to evolve it this time. I will replace Quick Attack with Feint Attack. Because Feint Attack never misses. Quick Attack has served its purpose. Riley says they're grilling burgers and hot dogs. Good for them, I guess. I don't eat burgers and hot dogs anymore, so that would not be for me. Bradley says my leg remains unpulled. One of my favorite quotes is from the Powerpuff Girls with the Captain America and Bucky parody. Is when Captain Righteous, that's what it is. He says, "Are you pulling my prosthetic leg?" I love saying that, because people don't get the reference, except for Powerpuff Girls gurus. Alright, well, if I use Feint Attack, that attack wouldn't have missed. I think Feint Attack is another name in Japanese. I think it's something a little bit more telling of what it's supposed to be. I think I'm going to need a new strategy here. This is getting pretty redundant. And that did even less damage. I guess I'll just have to keep spamming Feint Attack. Whoa! That is a lot of health recovered. Okay. I don't have the exact HP status on Alakazam, but I think Recover is supposed to recover a quarter of your HP. That looked more like a third. That's crazy. I might have to switch out. This is pretty nutty. I'll have to lower his accuracy. Assuming how it's using non-offensive moves, I don't think it has any way around my Umbreon. So let's take advantage of that. Lower that accuracy. Oh, it failed. There we go. I think I'm running out of PP. But it failed. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. And just think, just how comparatively to the Johto quest, I'm already on my second gym here. I really just waltzed in here. It's just something to get to contemplate. Just some of the issues with the pacing of this part of the game. We're saw an attack. Hopefully we get a knockout. Alright. Let's switch it up. Recover, of course. That hit? Wow. Wow. I'm surprised. Alright. I need that. Recover. Okay. Probably should have used that dire hit earlier. I really did not expect Future Sight to work. I was assuming the reason why she wasn't doing it is because of the psychic immunity. Defense rose, okay, we'll see about that. I don't know how Future Sight is on accuracy. Alright, do I have any X speed here? That would help things. Metal Coat. X attack would help things too. Raleigh says Umbreon has poor attack stats, which is why it's taking so long, I say. I thought Umbreon's attack was a little bit better than it ultimately was. Well, the other thing is Reflect, which raises defense. Hyper Potion, of course. Let's up that attack. It might be in a position where all he can do is recover. So that just gets to the meta strategy with this game. A lot of stalling. You never want fights to go on too long. After that, it just becomes a war of attrition. It's a double-edged sword. Because I think Red and Blue, there's a lot of brute force and not a whole lot of mind games. This game, because of all the mind games, it can make battles slower. Unless you have them essentially planned out in your mind before you do them. I really should have thought about the X attack and the X speed. But Umbreon really seems to be my best choice against this Alakazam. I don't know if it ran out of PP or that was bad AI, but that should be it. I meant for Alakazam. Mr. Mime ain't so tough. Can pass off that baton all he wants. Actually, it's a she, as you can tell by that little Venus symbol. It's Mrs. Mime. And Baton Pass was used foolishly. Very foolishly. I'm not even getting slapped here. And here, it looks like Sabrina is just out of frame. I don't know if that's the border or what. Let's see if it's the border. It looks like her hair is getting cut off there. No, it's not the border. That frame change takes a long time. Your power, it far exceeds what I foresaw. Maybe it isn't possible to fully predict what the future holds. Okay, you win. You earned yourself Marsh Badge. Gotta love that improper grammar. Although it's not as bad as it would be in some of the older, as it was in some of the older RPGs. Breath of Fire on Super Nintendo is a major offender. So, despite her cold nature, she gives me some nice words of encouragement there. Now let's get the hell out of here. This place is creepy. There we go. And I believe the next stop is Fuchsia City. But first, let's do a little bit of inventory management. By the way, guys, I'm probably only going to do this for another hour. Alright. Next Tuesday, I want to do Pinball of the Dead. I think that'll be neat. I don't need that. Yeah, that just takes up space. Yeah, I really gotta remember to sell that nugget now. And I guess right and left. Alright, so now I can face Erica, I believe. Yeah, who did I teach cut again? This guy looks like a cool dude. Team Rocket's hideout was in the basement of the game corner. Oh wait, that was 3 years ago. Gee, thanks for the hint. Alright. Who could take a battle break? I think we'll let Lappers take a little break. Who can we withdraw for this? Some of this HM management drives me crazy. Who could learn cut? Now I'll deposit Bellsprout then. I mean, what would I call Bellsprout? That's weird. Ah, they did a much better job with box management in other games. I will get Scyther. Scyther can learn cut. By the way, how are we on color and background palette? We good? Lear. What a dumb attack. At least says it looks good to him, okay. No, there's no way around those two. I think these are all mandatory battles. Twins Joe. It's Joe and Zoe. I'm very tempted to say Joe and Zoe. I don't think Zoe is a real name though. This is the Pokemon world where things like Victory Bell exist. And not bills. Should probably take the experience share off of for Alligator after this battle. I don't remember if part of my plan was to use Kadabra for the final battle, but I want Kadabra to be a level up a little bit more. Yeah, lowering evasion, that makes difference. It makes all the difference. Joe and Zoe was defeated. I think you mean they were defeated. Okay, we'll get you back for us. So one thing I'll comment on. So this guy out here, he goes, "Hehehe, this gym is great. Only girls are allowed in here." I don't think this would fly these days. I really don't. We've become very sensitive about comments like that. And I still haven't sold my nugget. It's kind of a problem. Alright, let's make a little reminder here. That nugget. After. There we go. Okay, so take experience, sure, give it to Cheeky. I forget who named Kadabra Cheeky. I just want to know why the justification for that was. Riley says in Heart Gold and Soul Silver they censored the old man to saying the gym was great because it had a lot of strong trainers. That seems like something they would do. It's odd. I think in Sun and Moon they made a comment about one of the swimmers being transgendered. I'm really surprised that made it through in an E-rated game. Last Michelle. I never took her for liking Skiploon. I thought she liked Starmie and Nidoqueen. What am I not being told here? The trans comment was, I think, X and Y. Okay. I haven't played X and Y, so that shows you what I know. I beat Moon, and then I turned it off as soon as I was done playing it, so I'm a little bit out of the Poke loop. I'm not 100% on the page with these things. I was actually thinking, I have a GameStop gift card. I was thinking of possibly getting X or Y and playing it on an airplane. At some point this year. But I'm not sure, you know, I didn't go into it because a lot of people told me that the game, even by Pokemon standards, that it was painfully easy. But we'll see. We'll see. Bradley says, some people speculated that the old man's line being censored was actually the old man tragically going senile. Yeah, I don't think there's any two ways about it. He's a Master Roshi type dirty pervert. And for some reason a comment like that could fly in a kid's game in 1999, 2000. And 18 years later, the world has changed. Things stayed the same, but things changed because they stayed the same. You can't hypnotize a psychic. I think you can, I'm just trying to apply logic to that. As to why it failed. The game told me it failed, but I don't know why. That was a very anticlimactic battle. Oh, that's it? I'm with agreement on you. On this, Tanya. That was anticlimactic. I thought I was gonna need cut for this gym. I only needed to get in. And this is the music that plays when you beat Lance. Were you looking at these flowers or at me? I was looking at her. Don't flatter yourself. She even changed her first name because she wants to flatter herself that much. I'll show you that I can be cheeky too. Give me one moment here. Let's see, how long am I doing this? Yeah, another 15 minutes. Ah, Parasect, you poor mushroom zombie, yo. I'm gonna put you out of your misery. I guess you can say I like my eggs poached. And then you put your sunglasses on and the Who theme starts playing. I'll get full again. And now here's Erica. Hello, lovely weather, isn't it? It's so pleasant. I'm afraid I may doze off. It's not a smart thing to do in battle. My name is Erica, leader all the way from Johto. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you wished to challenge me. You're full of it. Full of fertilizer. Gym leader doesn't expect to be challenged. Very well done, that be this, you know. Very passive aggressive and cocky. She may look graceful, but it's all an act. It's time to tear the curtain down. I think that's the second time I made a reference to a curtain being torn down tonight. Bradley says, I guess you could say I like my eggs horribly burnt and somehow alive, both before and after the boiling process. That sounds gross. I'm actually a little bit grossed out from eating eggs. Not because I'm gradually going towards an almost plant-based diet, but there was a recent major outbreak of salmonella recently. And that's not good. Yeah, make sure you cook your eggs before you eat them, guys. Or any other egg-based product like cookie dough. There is nothing cute about food poisoning. There's also nothing cute about a jump left on fire. Blossom! It's adorable, but I'm gonna have to tear it down. Oh, it's hanging on by a smidgen. I'm surprised Hyper Potion didn't get priority first. Alright, let's light it up. And this waiting 2 turns nonsense. She thinks she's gonna ring the bell of victory. That bell is for me. Type advantage and critical hit. Victory Bell did not stand a chance. Getting cheekier. Oh, I concede defeat. You're remarkably strong. Ah, shucks. And then she gives us Giga Drain, an attack I don't think I'm going to be using in this run. I might see who can learn it, but Losing leaves a bitter aftertaste, but knowing they're a strong trainer spurs me to do better. She is just very passive-aggressive, I feel. I've always liked her design, though. Okay, let's regroup a little bit. This Poliwrath is my partner. I wonder if it'll ever evolve into a frog Pokemon. No, that will never happen. Poliwrath. Poliwrath. Let's see if this guy gives me something. See that pond in front of the house? That's how I got there. Grammar lived there now. Where'd they come from? This is a serious problem. Ew. Don't drink that water. And how does this guy get inside his house? There's no door. That's absurd. Alright, let's see who can learn. Giga Drain. Ryan is back. Hello, Ryan. Ho-Oh can learn Giga Drain. I'm not going to teach you the Ho-Oh. What's the point? Now, in the other games, the checkpoint extended over here. But they're making things smaller to keep this house here. Cruise down Cycling Road, you end up in Fuchsia City. It's a very straightforward hint. The reclusive lady who gives you Fly. My fan theory, I don't know if it can be proven, she's the one who gives you Steel Wing later in the game. I forgot to sell that nugget. Let's go sell that nugget. Ryan says, poor guy. Assume you mean the guy with the grammar pond. He can't get inside his house, and his lake, his pond is infected. Infested. It's infested with an infection. I think I'm just gonna sell this. Just what's the point? And then, I don't feel like doing a math problem to figure out hidden power. I'm getting rid of that. And Iron Tail can go to Ampharos. I'm probably... let's hang on to Sleep Talk. I can't say I like Detect. Let's get rid of Detect. And I'm probably not going to use Thief. It's got some easy money here. Alright, let's sell that nugget. Good, good. Okay, it looks like I missed something here. Bradley says, part of me felt that Erica was implied to be a stoner, but part of me also thinks that was just the middle school humor of making child-friendly things into drug jokes. I think she's just very dopey and passive-aggressive. I think he can run into Ponytail and Diduo here, for whatever that's worth. Ew, that's not what I wanted to run into. And of course, he just wants to give me a big old hug. If I can find where those Game Shark codes are, I might try and see if I do some corruption tomfoolery of this game like I did with Blue. I am trapped. I have to fight this guy. Cycling Road is a quick shortcut to Celadon. No kidding. So, I mean, I'm not even an hour into this, and I'm already, and I'm playing very casually, very casually. I am 3 badges, you know, whatever 3 divided by 8 is, I'm more than 30% done with the Kanto quest. The owl was burned. According to my calculator here, I am 37.5% done with the Kanto quest. So this part of the game really just rolls on by. I think only 1 or 2 more sessions and I'll be done with gold. So doing Generation 3 will definitely be a summer project. If you're looking for Pokemon, you have to look in the tall grass. I'm not amateur. I beat the Pokemon League. Not gonna be spoken down to like that. Boris sent out Natasha. If I had the money, I would probably, or rather if I weren't trying to pinch pennies, I would probably put some money into Amazon Prime. Because I really liked the trailer I saw for the new Rocky and Bullwinkle show. But here's the thing that drives me crazy. Okay, so I watched Rocky and Bullwinkle out of order. I've always wondered, were those cliffhangers real? Or was that really serialized? Or was that a spoof of a serialization? Because I really don't know. It seems like that type of humor to spoof the concept of serialization. But every time I watched Rocky and Bullwinkle, every episode would end in a goddamn cliffhanger. And then the next episode was something completely different. Bradley says they were real cliffhangers. Maybe someday I'll watch the show in order. Yeah, but I don't know if anybody knows what I mean. They were... That was syndicated in my area on UPN, CBS, and Fox. And those episodes were all over the place. Bradley says, I remember them showing on Cartoon Network on Saturdays. Oh yeah, they played on Cartoon Network at one point. And being glued to the TV every week as if it was new. You know, if there's a heaven, I think Jay Ward was smiling down upon you. For that. That's cool. That must have been forever ago. That must have been 19 years ago. They had one plot line that was like 12 parts. I think they had one, supposedly, because I never experienced it for myself. Let's get rid of confusion. I think it was like 40 parts, maybe? I just don't know. But that's a show I would really like to see again from an adult perspective. I've only seen clips of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't think I've seen an actual full episode. I forgot to fly the Pokemon Center. Gotta like the nice pinkish shoe we got here. I don't think I've seen a full episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle since 2000. Most likely. Bradley said, I missed the last few parts of that one and was really mad that I never saw the end of it and was hoping it was still going on, but I never saw the end. As a kid, a lot of anime that ran on Toonami, I never saw the conclusions for various reasons. I didn't see the finale of Ronin Warriors, I think, until high school. Anyway, we're in Koga's gym now, but Koga is not the gym leader. It is, what's her name? Is it Jasmine or Janine? No. Jasmine is, the steel lady. Anyway, I think that girl there is a red herring. And yet, for some reason, I feel compelled to talk to her. Like, with Ronin Warriors, for instance, I feel... Fooled you, haha. No, you didn't. I already fooled myself, you. Cheeky little devil, you. Last Linda. Is that short for Melinda? So yeah, Ronin Warriors. On Toonami, it feels like they played the first 26 episodes of Ronin Warrior forever, and then the last 13 episodes always felt obscure, so I never saw the final confrontation with Kaguya, or Kagra, or whatever the hell her name was, until I looked up the entire series when I was 15 or 16 on YouTube and just marathon the show in like 1 or 2 days. Dragon Ball Z, for instance. I did not finish Dragon Ball Z because in my area where I lived at the time, I hated whenever Toonami stuff was at 5:30 or 6, because I would usually miss those shows. My parents were the type of people, they didn't want TV on during dinner time. I would usually always try to scarf down my dinner so I could go back and watch Toonami, but like Tenchi Muyo, for instance, never finished it when it was on Toonami because they aired at dinner time. Pissed me off. I liked the show. Did not get to finish it till years later. Dragon Ball Z. Well, Dragon Ball Z happened when I was taking Kempo Karate. And I got really pissed off at the Buu Saga at that point. And I had a pretty strong Dragon Ball Z is a bad show phase for a while. I eventually grew out of that. But I felt like I took it out on the show unfairly. Ooh, comments. Let's see here. Bradley said they had weird cutoff episodes that they'd hold off for the next quote-unquote season. It was never at the end of a saga or arc. That is very true. That is very true. I remember Dragon Ball Z cutting off after Vegeta's sacrifice in the Buu Saga and left it off for a year. I remember that. I think that pissed me off. Something awful. Well, I really liked the Cell and the Android Saga. And I actually think that they accelerated through it too quickly. That by the time they came back for Buu, I was just so tired. I want to see the Buu stuff already. And then the huge gaps, that and just my lack of being able to watch the show regularly, killed my interest. You betcha. I'm a dude. Riley says Muyo was always on at 4 for you somehow. I guess either one of us isn't remembering things right, or the Cartoon Network schedule was different in New York. In Florida, Muyo was always 5:30 or 6. The best time for TV shows to be on for me as a kid was usually between 3 and 5, because that ensured I usually watched them. Because first thing after school, I either was playing TV or Game Boy. I mean, watching TV or playing Game Boy. I was either playing TV or watching Game Boy. Yeah, I know what I meant. Bradley says, I didn't like Dragon Ball Z during the Cell Saga, based on how often I saw it when it was on. I didn't get into it until they started showing Dragon Ball. Hopefully you got caught up. I don't know if I told the story about how I got into Dragon Ball on stream. I'm not sure if I have the mental energy to do it right now. Maybe I'll save it for later. Rayleigh said, I knew enough about the series to follow through the Buu saga, which started when Toonami started showing the Saiyaman, and I really liked it then. The Saiyaman stuff, that's like a new beginning for the series, because Gohan essentially becomes the main character. I used to not like that stuff when I was younger, but it really grew on me. But I think in Z, that, the Buu stuff in general just went on too long. And I think they did a better job pacing everything in Kai. It's still a little bit long, but in Z, it takes up like a third of the series. That's pretty nutty. I'm the real deal. Uh-oh. Okay. That's pronounced Jinian, right? I've called her Janine for a long time. I don't think that's right. I just used to call her by her Japanese name, which I currently don't remember. Sena Kurobato. Yeah, is it Janine or Janine? It's always bothered me. And then what's even more of a tease is that Koga had a sidekick in the anime named Aya. She never appeared in the games. Why couldn't she be the gym leader? I guess because she's not Koga's daughter. Rayleigh said, I like that they did that. Buu Saga ended poorly, but started off pretty well. I like the Babidi stuff, since he was like, so what, you turned blonde? Like someone who would just be learning about the characters. Well, I think the final conclusion of Z is pretty satisfying. Man, I don't know. There's some parts that in the Buu stuff that just drags on a little bit. But I love the first appearance of Vegito. That is very satisfying. He just pisses off Buu. Fun stuff. Like someone who would just be learning about the characters. Uh-oh. I'll probably teach, I was gonna say Lapras to Toxic. I am mixing up my words. Rayleigh says that he doesn't like the time skip at the end, but he likes everybody gathering for the Spirit Bomb. How many years passed by? Like 5? Light it up. Place the dire hit. Should have had a flame shield. And you know I'm not talking about the internet. Rayleigh says I think 10. Wow. You're a tough one. You definitely won. Here's Soul Badge. Take it. of a special gift. So, she and Erica give us the TMs. The other gym leaders don't. It's somewhat unbalanced. But Toxic is a very good attack. It's like a not shitty version of Poison Powder, which is really bad. Except when Sango uses it. It's all appropriate because this gym is based on feudal Japan and all that fun stuff. Alright. So the next step... The next stop is going to be... Lavender Town, I believe. No, we can't do that yet. I have 20 minutes left for the stream. Would you guys like me to move on to something else? All 3 or 4 of you? Now it seems like a nice stopping point for me, frankly. Maybe I'll just save it at Cerulean City. I think what we need to do is, we go to Cerulean City, there's a funny talking Team Rocket member. We get a part to power up a machine, the power generator starts going again, and then you can go to the other side of Kanto. And something about a lost doll. Yeah, for some reason, part of me is inclined to play Pokemon Pinball. What's this? House for sale. Nobody lives here. That's not true at all. And I'm gonna show you. Somebody lives here. Yeah, I sense a sinister shadow hovering over you. Take this to ward it off. And I get the cleanse tag, which makes the party leader avoid encounters, I believe. My grandma is into warding off whatever she believes to be evil spirits. I'm sorry that she startled you. So yeah, okay. Now, you can walk into this house normally, but something that's a bit odd is I'm tapping on the D-pad lightly because I actually can't go any further down or I'm going to jump off the ledge here. But you go here and you tap on it lightly. This is some kind of odd... This would have to be a Game Boy pinball game. Because I would have to set up the GameCube. It looks like there's some kind of coding error. Or something from an older build of the game just left here. Because if you're here, if you tap up on the D-pad lightly, and then you press A, the dialogue button, you get the notice that nobody lives there. So it's an unintentional Easter egg. So I'm gonna walk into the house normally. It's not a script that comes up when you walk into the house normally. Just a coding oddity. It's time to fly. So yeah, I'll save here. Alright, I guess I'll put in regular Pokemon Pinball for a little bit. Just 20 minutes. Can you hear me? Okay, I can be heard. so this is actually a copy that I borrowed from somebody for a video. Excuse me, that was gross. Hint, hint. Sorry, usually I mute the mic when I sneeze or cough. Alright, I probably should have asked. Are we doing the red or blue table here? What table are we doing? Red? Red, okay. I'll make the palette a little bit more red. In commemoration. Let's make that black. Alright, let's go. Let's try to go for... Yeah. Oh, I was trying to do Vermilion City, damn it. Oh well. No one will notice that. And if you like... Oh, that was very close. That was hilariously, ludicrously close. And if you like pinball, next Tuesday I will be doing Pinball of the Dead. Which I've only tested, but I have not actually played it yet. I don't know if I should do a play it for the first time in stream. Because I don't want to go into the game blind. But I'm not sure if anybody would like to see me react to the game blind. One of the things with me is that I like sound. And a lot of the times when I stream, my TV is usually, the volume's at 1. And I generally, when I play something for the first time, I would like to hear the sound. It's just kind of a thing about me. Sound is extremely important to me. I'm surprised I could flip it for that long. Alright, we got the cave. There we go. I find if you're gonna have a strategy for this game, always go for the cave shots. They're very important. And you can manipulate them with the left and right flippers, the little red dots on the sides there. Important. If I'm repeating myself from a previous stream, I really do apologize. I have a terrible habit of repeating myself. Sometimes I repeat myself. Sometimes people tell me that I repeat myself. But I don't think I repeat myself. Except for those times people tell me I repeat myself. Alright. Let me get inside that cave. pointless multiplier. Really could have gone with the catch-em mode. Oh. Luckily that ball saver is pretty lenient. It's not like I'm playing the Game Boy version of the Getaway. Where the ball saver, I think, lasts maybe 15 seconds. Here we got 30, which is surprisingly generous. Some older pinball games are very cruel with the saves. Whoa, that was lucky. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is the stream looking okay, guys? On my end, it's, the preview is looking a bit blurry. That was very close. Sometimes it's just best to let it fall. Raleigh says that he had to manually bump it to 480p because all of a sudden it became 144p. That is pretty low resolution. I'm not changing any settings on my end. I said I'd do one more round, and I lied. I said that was gonna be the last round. Let's try it one more time. Cause that stunk. I normally try to catch at least 3 Pokemon anytime I do a play session of this. That's what I try to do anyway. Don't always do it. Wow. That was one hell of a rebound. Damn it. When I read something about bumping, I thought Bradley was going to say, yeah, one time I manually bumped my game and that saved my pinball. Oh, well. Spin me around, right round. Unbelievable. I didn't catch anything in that run. That sucked. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. It's even worse than last time, damn. Jeez. So Bradley, is this what it's like watching a Knicks game? Because he told me that they always blow it. Damn. Oh, Grelith, you sure took your world time showing up. Wow. Well, unfortunately, I don't think any of this footage would be usable for a video. I thought it would, but it's just the quality is just looking really bad. Alright, double Pika power. AK pinball. Not pinball. The Pikachu lane is what you would call kickback in pinball terminology. Riley says that looks like a yappy puppy to me. Ghastly's portrait looks pretty funny. Alright, let's see what we got here. Cubone, okay. Oh, that's a cycle I would like to get. That was very good. Hey, I remember using that Ghastly spray in a video. Which video? Can't say I remember what it is off the top of my head. Go to Diglett bonus. Doug Trio, or same thing. Doug Trio is just 3 Diglets. They're the same darn thing. Finally, jeez. This stage. The only one that you can fail by going down the hole, so don't do it. Ah. Oh well. It says top 10 ghosts. I guess I need to rewatch that again. I transposed it on the head of a businessman asking if my Ghastly had a past life. That's a great question. I get another cave shot. Let me get inside. The only one you can fail by going down the hole, so don't do it. That's actually a line I wrote for a mystery project. You might know about it. Yo, Bradley, good luck with your next video. Whichever one it is. Probably top 10 eyelashes on anime. Who knows? Somewhere in that ballpark. Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank. I think Citizens Bank is where the Phillies played. And if I'm confabulating that, I'm terribly sorry. I'm just getting very fortunate here. This will be my last life, though. I'm going 1 minute into overtime. Now I'm 2 minutes into overtime. But none of this footage is going to be usable if you want it, FYI. It's looking terrible. It started looking terrible after it went bad. Does that count? No, it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, this is a no-go. That move failed. And who am I gonna blame for that? Ah, okay. Oh, well, it was time to go anyway. Alright, so thanks for joining us, all 3 or 4 of you. We will be doing this again Tuesday with Pinball the Dead, and yeah, just stay tuned. I appreciate it. Alright, bye.